everybody. I'm Daryl Whitman with Destination WVF TV. Thank you for watching. Today we're in our final port of call, Victoria, British Columbia. I really look forward to seeing Victoria because, well, we've never been to Canada before, so this is a first for us. But guess what? We still haven't seen Canada. And if you're wondering why I said that, please keep watching. It will all be revealed to you. And we blame Norwegian Cruise Line for our experience. Before we move on, would you consider subscribing with us? We have a lot more great content scheduled, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. All you have to do is click that little red button at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and that's all it takes. In fact, let's do it together. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, click. So I hope you did that. If you did, thank you. If you haven't quite made up your mind yet, please watch the video and check out our other content, and hopefully that will convince you that you would want to subscribe with us. Anyway, thank you very much, and let's get back to the video. The port stop in Victoria was scheduled for 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. The all aboard was at 11:30 p.m., so it wasn't a long port stop. There was a real thought between me and my wife not to even get off the ship because we didn't know what there was going to be to do that time of night anyway. But we did, and here goes the rant. 1. Why would you schedule a port stop at 8 o'clock at night to begin with? I understand the stop is required by law, but what is there to see at 8 o'clock at night in downtown? 2, we had to pay $13 each, or $26 total, just to ride the shuttle to downtown. Now that was a first for me, but you know, we paid it, and because we were wanting to see Canada, so we paid it and made our way on the shuttles and headed toward downtown. Once we got to downtown, we discovered that hardly anything was open besides some souvenir shops, convenience stores, fast food restaurants. Not much was open at all. The streets weren't well lit, so we didn't feel comfortable just walking the streets at night in a foreign country that we really didn't know. The weed was flowing, let me tell you, and you know, the homeless population there in the downtown area of Victoria were walking the streets, so we just didn't feel safe. There were no real opportunities to take pictures or videos, and it was just really nothing to see or do down there. This next section you can file in the strange but true category. As we were walking downtown, nature started calling, and we had to go to the bathroom, or the washrooms as they call them up there. We actually saw a 7-Eleven, which was our first stop. Going to the 7-Eleven, asked the clerk where the bathrooms were, and guess what? There were no bathrooms. No bathrooms in a 7-Eleven. That was very strange to us. Never heard that before. Certainly not in the United States. Not in Dallas, Texas anyway. So we continued on our search, and the next place we saw was a McDonald's. So we decided to go into McDonald's and ask, went to the counter, and guess what? They closed their bathrooms at 6 p.m. Remember, we didn't get to Victoria until 8 p.m. So we were 2 hours late in order to go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, what's up with this city? You can't find a bathroom in downtown Victoria, Canada? I'm like, okay. And the situation was starting to get a little dire. In other words, we really had to go. So we started back out on our search. We were in a one of the souvenir stores, and one of the guys heard us talking about it at the counter, and he suggested Burger King. So we were like, oh, okay. So we went to the Burger King, and Burger King did have bathrooms, thank God. But guess what? You had to have a key in order to get in them. And initially the guy gave me the wrong key. He gave me the key to the women's bathroom, And I almost took the bait, but I didn't. I went back to the counter and said, I think this is for the women's. And, or my wife said, this is for the women's. And she took the key and went to the bathroom. And so I had to go back to the counter to get the one for the men. And I finally made it to the bathroom, and just in time, let me tell you. So that was one of the strangest episodes of trying to go to a bathroom in a downtown area that I've ever had. Especially in the places that we tried to use it. 7-Eleven, McDonald's, and Burger King. Those should have been obvious choices. But anyway, it finally worked out in the end. But it was a little rough at the beginning trying to get in one. So here's my thing: if you go downtown Victoria, British Columbia, at night after 6 p.m., beware, because you may or may not be able to make it to the bathroom in time. But try Burger King. It worked for us. So we made our way back to the shuttle and back to the ship. There was just nothing for us to see or to do in downtown Victoria, Columbia after 8 o'clock at night. There just wasn't anything. It just didn't work out. So we certainly felt cheated of our Canada experience, our first time Canada experience, and we definitely blame NCL. One, there could have been better scheduling with the port times, better planning by the cruise line would have resulted in a much better experience, not only for us but everyone. There were a lot of people who just did not even get off the ship, which, like I said at the beginning, we were certainly considering. And considering the fact that the experience downtown just wasn't pleasant, it wasn't good, we should have probably stayed on the ship as well. But we didn't. But like I said, better planning with the port times, and possibly a port time during the daylight hours where people could actually get out and see things, visit other attractions in Victoria. Would have been a lot better for everybody involved. So I implore NCL to do a better job of planning those times in the future, because all this did was just frustrate people, upset people, and it was just a big waste of time. But we evidently will have to take another trip up there, maybe on another cruise line, Princess, or some other cruise line, and see what we can see on a return trip. Hopefully it'll be a lot better in terms of the Canada part of it. Every other part of the trip on Norwegian was just great, but that was certainly, as the last port, that was certainly a Debbie Downer for us. But anyway, maybe next time. So now you know why I said in the beginning we still haven't seen Canada. Hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to take another trip up there and actually see it during the daylight hours, which would be a lot better for everybody involved. But with that, our cruise has just about ended. We will return to port in Seattle the next morning, and that will be the end of the cruise. So again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next edition of Destination WVF TV. This is Daryl Whitman. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Destination WVF TV.